Okay, next we're gonna clean the upper, and this is sort of self-explanatory. First I take a rag and wipe out all the gunk. Try to get in there as best you can with your finger. I like to wipe off the gas tube, which is a silver thing that comes out of the underneath the handguard. Still got a little bit of solvent on this, so the places I couldn't reach, or if it looks foul, I'll take my brush, just go around in there. Not super critical in there, but I like to get things clean, and then just wipe out whatever schmeg you've knocked loose with the brush. Take my chamber brush. That's something you need. Put a little bit of solvent on it. Stick that on the end of the cleaning rod. And that goes into the chamber. I give it a little bit of turn, trying to clean out the locking lugs that the bolt interface with in there, and the chamber and throat of the barrel. Okay. You can let that mellow in there for a while. Switch to a bore brush. Now I've already wet the bore a little while back with a wet patch solvent on it, and I've been letting it chill in the bore, letting the solvent work its magic, because the longer you leave it in, I mean within reason, the longer you leave it in there, the more effective it is. And of course the brush is going to break up the fouling that have caked into the grooves of your rifling. And once it's all broken up and dissolved with the solvent in the brush, then we'll put some patches through it. Now I like to run my brush a few times. Okay. Take the brush off. For this I use 22 caliber Jag. That's the unit. Thread it on the end of the cleaning rod. Now my cleaning rod is actually black with fouling from the barrel from brushing, so I'm going to clean that off too. No sense in putting that back in there. Had some patches cut. I find that you never get 100% of the fouling off the first day you clean after you shoot. But if you do a pretty good job and get most of it out of there, and then pick it up tomorrow and just clean the bore, it'll come pretty spanking clean then. Tip about the cleaning rod is, if you hold it by the handle and don't interfere with it turning at all, it'll follow the rifling as you run it through the barrel. Now after a bunch of those, I'll run one oily one through once they're coming out fairly clean. And usually when you do that, you'll notice that, yep, sure enough, there's still a lot of crap in there. Not too bad this time. But I don't like to leave my bore oily, so, because I think it collects dust and stuff and grit sticks to oil. I like to leave it dry. So I'm going to run one more patch after that, pretty tight one this time, just to clean all the the oil out. There, the bore is clean. Take a small patch, well, I mean a larger patch, put a little bit of CLP on it. Doesn't have to be much here. And just wipe down the surfaces that you didn't clean any other way on the outside mostly. I take a Q-tip. This is how I clean the locking lugs. I give it a 90-degree bend. I already got solvent in there, so the first thing I'm going to do is run it right around in there. I think it's called the barrel extension, whatever. And clean out all the fouling from there, because we didn't get that with the patches. Wasn't so bad, but there's some stuff in there. And then I take the other end, and that one's kind of messed up. Take the other one, do likewise, put a bend on it. There's these locking lugs, these teeth in there. I run it in between every single one of those a couple times. And the feed ramps, yep, grab them too. And this is super critical. It doesn't take a whole lot of extra effort just to get it clean. All that blackness isn't in there anymore. Drop a CLP, just a little bit on each one of those teeth, in between them anyway, on the feed ramps. And one on the gas tube that sticks out into the rubber. Okay, there's a couple places where the bolt carrier slides. I give them a little bit of oil too. One drop on the front to get in underneath the front sight. All right.